I want you to sit down. Why? Because we're taking it easy today. We are not going crazy today. So if you want to all collectively say, yes, we're starting on the floor today. I'm going to give it another 30 odd seconds because there's still some people that are chiming in, and I don't want to miss anybody. So, hi, Sarah. Oh my God, I'm so happy you're here. Well, you know, Kathy signed up as well. I better text her. Look at your daughter. Oh my goodness, look at how big she is. What a gorgeous, oh, is she gonna do yoga with us too? Okay. Oh, that's awesome. That's fantastic. That is awesome. I'm so, yeah. Hi. Oh, you do not need to apologize. You're here. And I'm happy that your daughter's here with us. So that's fantastic. Okay, so just to recap one last time, I hope I don't have to say it again. Not because I don't want to, but I don't want to get you guys bored. But if you have a strap or your yoga block or some pillows, make sure you grab them and have them readily accessible so we use it throughout our practice today. I am going to try not to go over too much, but we might go over by like 5 minutes possibly. We are going to, and I'll walk you through our practice today. I'm going to check one more time in the waiting room, see if nobody else is there, and then we're going to get going. Okay, perfect. So first and foremost, is anybody have any requests before I mute everybody? And don't be shy, guys. If you have something, I'm sure somebody else is thinking, yep, I could use that too. Okay. All right, I'm going to take that as not right now, but if there's something throughout the practice today that you feel like, that would be a good thing to add on, I want you to unmute yourself and I want you to let us know. I'm going to scroll through our screens and just mute everybody. I've got it, so don't worry about it on your side. I want you to relax. I think we have, hi Delaney, hi Janice. Okay, so before I begin, I want to remind you that today is about slowing down. So yesterday's class, yesterday's video stream, I gave you a little talk about, I just kind of told you last, if you haven't seen the video, don't worry about it, but one of the things in our instructor training last weekend, I'm in the process of pursuing my 500-hour training, and we did a virtual training last weekend, and as we were going through and talking with everybody, it was really apparent to me that time is going by so quickly. This quarantine, oh my goodness, how are we going to get through? But I felt like it has just gone by so quickly, and we've been busy. So today is all about taking it down a notch and giving ourselves permission to just be in this moment, be quiet, be still within ourselves, and just slowly move our body today. So we're going to begin with a more grounded practice. Actually, our practice is going to be mostly down onto the floor. We're not going to be really coming up much today or at all. It's going to be more a yin style class, so which is really great. Muscles aren't quite warm yet, which is delicious to be in a yin style class. And we're going to be grounding down towards the earth and just kind of centering our body. So today, let's begin seated. And we're going to find a comfortable position. And just keep your block and your strap kind of easily accessible. our practice is going to be down to the ground, and we're going to be doing some movements towards the latter end of the class, maybe about 10 minutes, 12 minutes before. We're going to complete our practice with a guided meditation. So if I run over a few minutes, I'm sorry in advance. If you have to leave, don't worry. Go ahead and leave, okay? So let's on the mat. If you prefer to be seated, go ahead and lying down, go ahead and do that. But otherwise, let's sit ourselves up tall. Find a place maybe where we can rest our back and find a little bit of length through the spine while we ground down into our sits bones. And for a moment, I'd like you to close your eyes if it feels comfortable and it feels safe for you. And I want you to visualize a space whereby you feel grounded, you feel supported, and maybe it's actually a physical place that you've been to where you really kind of harvest that sensation in your body. Maybe it's a place in your mind where you just kind of tap into, we feel that sense of grounding and support. And let that sit with you for a second. Just notice how your body's feeling. You can perhaps notice sensations through the body, pulsations, movement of the breath as you begin to inhale and exhale. And just allow the breath to be really almost slow in nature, just breathing in at a nice cadence, not forced, not too fast. And the same thing with your exhale. As you tap into that space of support and groundedness, allow your breath to enter your body and simply open your lips and allow the breath to leave your body. And I'm going to let you have a moment or two here to hold your own space. So you're not going to hear my voice in a minute. So just keep your eyes closed. I will cue you into our next phase of our class. Keeping your eyes closed, let us bring one hand to our heart and one hand to our tummy. Begin to notice as you breathe in, filling the hand with your heart, filling the belly with your breath, and then as you exhale, draw the breath in and out of your body. Maybe you can almost visualize the heart beating. As you feel the belly, you feel the belly pressing into the hand, filling up that space. Maintaining your eyes in this space. So keep your eyes closed. Let us take 3 cleansing breaths. Release your hands down to your knees, lengthen through the spine, and then we're going to circle sweep the arms up on our inhale. We're going to bring the palms together, lift through the sternum, and as you exhale, release. Breathe in and release. And breathe in and release. Holding your hand at your heart center. Press the palms together, and I want you to feel the energy between your fingertips, the heel of your hand, and the palm pressing together. Lift your sternum. And as you're ready, set your intention for your practice today. As you're ready, release your hands to the side and begin to blink your eyes open, inviting the space around you, and take a second here. Just observe the energy within yourself, observe the energy in the room, and just tap in for a minute here. And then as you're ready, keep the length as you feel your spine reaching up to the sky. We're going to guide the right hand up overhead and guide the right hand down towards our shoulder, and just opening up through that right arm. Keep the belly pulled in, open up through the chest. And then if it feels available to you, take your left hand and we're going to reach for the hands. And I'll just show you. And it doesn't have to mean that your hands are touching. If you have a strap or a tie, use that, or a towel, and just open up the chest here. Guide the elbows up towards the sky and the bottom elbow down towards the earth, and feel that lifting of the sternum. Keep the belly pulled in. And then as you're ready, release the hands. And we're going to do the same on the other side. So keep your strap, if you're using one, available. Take the left hand up, guide it down the back, and reach for the fingertips. One hand might feel a little different than the other. One might touch and the other might not, and that's really okay. And just feel that lift up through the heart. And you want to see if you can keep your spine long and keep your sits bones connected to the earth. Feel the rising and falling of the heart space. And feel free to close your eyes at any time throughout your practice today. That centers your attention. And then as you're ready, release both hands. And then we're going to come into some flowing side bends. Really taking our time. I'm coming off my pillow. I want to just connect down to the earth. And if you feel like you want to as well, go ahead. Keeping your legs crisscross, we're going to place the left hand down onto the floor. Take a deep inhale with the right arm. Stay long to the spine, and then reach over to the left. Opening up through the right shoulder and pressing down through the right hip. And then as you're ready, roll the right shoulder slightly back, and we're going to lift our heart up to the sky. And there's a slight rotation through the upper spine, and just hold here. Continue to breathe, continue to lift. If that does not feel comfortable, stay in your side bend. And then as you're ready, come back through center. Swim the right hand all the way over to the right side. Exhale, lift with the left. Come into your side bend. Stay lifted through the spine. And then if it feels appropriate, open up the left shoulder And create a little rotation here. And then as you're ready, come back through center, release the hand down to the side. Now on the next one, we're gonna move into some flowing side to sides. Each one coming down a little deeper, opening up through the side body, and just kind of allowing your body to loosen up here, finding this gorgeous space from side to side. Each time maybe exploring a little into a deeper side bend. Finding one breath and one movement. And really finding this gorgeous slow pace, just kind of easing in. Beautiful. We'll do one more on either side. Beautiful. And then as you're ready, we're going to come up onto all fours. We're going to press right back into child's pose. Knees are going to be wide. Toes are going to come together. And as we press into our child's pose, if it doesn't feel comfortable, you can bring your knees together and just press down onto your heels. And that will allow a little less pressure on the knees and a little less pressure on the hips. Otherwise, knees are nice and wide, big toes together, pressing down to the tailbone, reaching long through the arms, pressing into the palm of the hand to extend down through the back. Taking a few really gorgeous deep breaths here, resting the forehead down onto the floor, if that's available. If not, grab hold of your pillow and rest your forehead on your pillow or your block. And taking a few breaths through the back body, noticing the breath coming in through the nose, down the back of the throat, down the spine. And just holding here for a few breaths, allowing ourselves and our heart space just to soften. Perfect. Now, if your crown of your head is resting down on the floor, let's lift it up. So you're just hovering over the floor. The hands are going to walk over to the left side. And you're going to take the right hand and cross it over the left, pressing down through the right hip and just open. Now invite the hands down into the ground. A little bit deeper into the mat. The hands far away from our tailbone. So I want you to press a little bit of pressure into the ball, into the heel of the hands. And then as you're ready, we're going to shift our weight forward. So as if we're kind of coming into a kneeling plank. Knees are still wide. And then press back onto our heels. Forward.
almost like you're coming into that into that plank position, and then shift back onto the heels. And repeat. Shift forward, feel the hands connecting down to the earth, feel the knees, the tops of the feet, and then press down. And lift. And press. And 2 more. And back down. Let us meet in child's pose. Take a moment here. Shift your body in any way that feels right and comfortable. Press the palms of the hands into the floor. Lengthen down a little bit deeper into the low back. Down through the tailbone. Walk the hands over to the right side. Focusing a little bit more on the left arm as you cross it over your right. You're going to feel this gorgeous stretch through the shoulder, through the side body. Take a moment here to settle, finding length without force. Notice if you can soften through the hips. Notice if you can release the muscle and allow the joint of our shoulder just to get a little bit of a stretch here. And then as you're ready, we're going to lift our forehead slightly off the ground and walk our hands back through center. Coming back down into that low child's pose, resting the forehead down on the floor. Take a few breaths here. Centering our attention. And then as you're ready, let us flow. Reach forward, shift your weight, and then press back onto your heels. Slowly connecting, drawing the body in a really nice slow pace, just taking it down a notch today. Yoga is very much about the concentration and present awareness. The asana practice is really a small part of yoga. It's part of it because it invites awareness into the body as we concentrate on our movements. But the essence, it's about being present in the current moment. And inviting a bit of grounding into our practice really sets us up to come back to basics. Come back to awareness, noticing. And as you're ready, we'll all meet in our all fours position. Bring your feet about hip distance apart. And we're going to come into some cat-cows. Hands are nice and wide. And I just want you to notice the 5-point connection between each of your fingers down on the floor. The back is long. The feet are pressing into the floor. As we're going to inhale, we're going to let the belly drop down to the floor, lift up through the sternum. And then as we exhale, tuck the belly under and press the hands into the floor. Turn the gaze between the knees. Inhale, let the belly just drop. Exhale, pull the belly in. And as we come into cow, let the belly drop, let it loosen. Find a little lift through the sternum. As you exhale, feel that pull in through the low belly, pressing the rib cage into the back of the body, letting the neck hang to give it a little bit of a stretch. Let the belly drop. And then as you exhale, pull the belly in. Maybe you're breathing with one breath and one movement. And if thoughts are entering into your mind, I want you to fill your thoughts into a balloon. Imagine a helium balloon, and the helium is your thoughts. And you're going to fill the balloon with all the thoughts that you're thinking about. And then on your exhale, I want you to release the balloon and let it float up to the sky and leave your mind.
Continue to flow here. Beautiful. Good. Now we're going to finish up with one more.
Beautiful. And then at your own perfect pace, we're going to move into our spinal balance. Connect your right hand, your left knee down to the ground. Feel a little bit of pressure into the left foot, left knee, and the right hand. As we inhale, we're going to extend the left arm and the right leg. And then come back through center. Right hand, left leg, lengthen the spine. Keep the head propped up right onto the spine. And then alternate sides. Working at your own perfect pace, but drawing awareness to the back, keeping the back nice and long. And as you reach through the hands and through the toes, we're trying to create a bit of length here through the spine. We're grounding in through the hand and the leg, and just alternating sides, finding our own perfect pace here. Now noticing where's your belly at. You want to stay active through the back body. Find your rhythm in your breathing. And we're going to finish with one more on either side. And then press back onto your heels. Now, tops of our feet are resting on the floor. We're going to round the spine. So tuck the chin in under. And then as you round the spine, you're going to slowly shift your weight forward. Keep that rounded shape. And then as you exhale, press back down onto your heels, holding that rounded shape and feeling the length through the low back. And round forward, hold it. Press. And then press back down onto your heels. And then shift forward, keeping that rounded shape. Keep the back of the neck long. And then shift back down onto your heels. Last one, shift forward. Holding that rounded shape, keep the belly turned in. And then press down onto your heels. Reach the hands long, extend the spine, allow the forehead to rest on the floor or underneath the fists, maybe propping up your fists so that you can rest your forehead directly onto your hands. And then as you're ready, come all the way up and we're going to shift onto our sits bones. We're going to come into butterfly pose. The soles of the feet together. The hips are going to be wide. Now here, if you have any sort of rounding through the spine, it would be a great opportunity for you to prop yourself up on a block or a pillow, and that'll help release a little bit of tension through the hip flexors. So soles of our feet are nice and connected. We're going to take a deep breath, lengthen through the spine, and as we exhale, come right down, guiding ourselves forward with our heart. Allowing the knees to just shift over to either side, lengthening through the low back, and we're going to hold here for a good 10 breaths. And with each exhale, soften your shoulders, soften your jaw. And I've got my hands outstretched, but you can always basket weave your hands and just cradle the toes. Keeping our sits bones connected down to the earth, allowing the knees to just open up on either side. Soften through the low back. And then as you're ready, we're going to slowly restack the vertebrae, coming all the way up and lengthening through the spine. Extend the legs out long. We're going to flex the heels and then open up the legs into a nice V shape. Now, muscular emphasis is going to be more the inner thighs here. We're going to come into a forward fold. Feel free to grab a pillow, place it right in front of you, and you can come down onto the forearms as you come into a forward fold. You can also rest yourself down onto your pillow. Shift your weight side to side to really kind of create and move the flesh over on our sits bones. And just take a moment here. Now, if you don't want to rest yourself up on a pillow, feel free to just walk your hands forward. Just allow your body to come into a gentle forward fold. Taking this moment to just savor, notice the body. And then as you're ready, walk your hands back through center. Restack your vertebrae, sit up nice and tall. Let's bring our legs together. And we're going to slowly bring ourselves down towards the floor. Bring your knees with you. Rolling down and coming into knees to chest. Flatten your shoulder blades onto the mat. Reach down through the tailbone. And we're going to open our knees in opposition to each other and just create a little bit of movement through the hip joint. Kind of loosening up that space. And as you're ready, maybe reverse the circle in the opposite direction. Just notice how your body feels here. Always coming to the mat with a non-judgmental outlook. So invite whatever's happening here without judgment or expectation. Just notice. Invite whatever's happening with love. And then as you're ready, we'll come back through center. And we're going to press the feet down onto the floor. Feet are going to be about hip distance apart. Hands are going to be pressed down onto the side. We're going to take the right ankle right over the left knee. opening up through the right hip. Now for today, this might be enough. If you have a block and you want a little more sensation, if it doesn't feel comfortable to bring your left thigh in towards your heart, you can always rest your left foot onto a block or a pillow, and that'll raise it up a little bit higher. Take the left thigh, guide the knee in towards the heart, and we're going to gently bring the left thigh closer to your heart while taking your elbow and just gently pressing the right hip open. And then give our IT bend and our glutes a nice little stretch. And if you want to extend the left leg up to the sky, feel free. And then as you're ready, take your left foot. You're going to guide it back down to the floor. And we're going to stay in this figure four shape. Extend the arms out to the side, opening up your chest. And then slowly bring the right foot down towards the floor, holding that figure four and guiding the shoulders down to the floor, maybe turning your gaze towards the right side. You're just resting that right foot perhaps down onto the floor, or if you've got a block, you can always rest it right underneath the right foot if that feels better. And if neither of these options work for you, take both knees and just stack them on top of each other. As you allow your right hip to open up a little further, press the foot into the floor, keeping the twist through the upper spine and the gaze towards the right side. Nice way to release any tension through the hips. And then as you're ready, coming back through center, slowly coming back. So don't rush it. You're going to grab hold of our right knee and our left ankle and extend the left leg long. And we're going to come into reclining cradle the baby. And if this doesn't work for you, we can just maybe rest the left ankle, the right ankle over the left thigh and just open up through the hip and even prop it up with a pillow here. That's a great way just to open up through the hip. And just finding whatever placement with your hand feels right. If it feels discomfort in your knee, really find a bit of a prop to rest underneath your thigh and just rest the knee in that open space. It's just such a great stretch without invading in the knee. And then as you're ready, depending on where you are, we're going to go into half happy baby. So if this doesn't work for you, just rest your leg where it is and hold that. If it does, take your peace fingers of the right hand and hook onto your right toe. You're going to flex the right hip and just open up and keep the hip nice and wide. Left hip is anchored down to the floor and just giving the thigh a little stretch and also opening up through the hip. And then if it's available, you can always extend your leg. And that's going to be a little more intense on the hamstrings. And then as you're ready, bring your right foot through center, release the foot and extend, bend the right knee and then bring the left foot in. And we're going to bring that left ankle over the right knee and just open up the hip here on the left side. And then if it feels right, take the right thigh. And you can use a strap here. So take the towel, take whatever you need, and just guide that in if that feels better. If you find that you're reaching and you're really struggling to kind of interlace the fingers, don't do it. Grab hold of a strap. Why not? Take that left elbow and maybe press into the left hip. And again, if this feels too much, press the right foot down on the floor and just open up in this figure four stretch. It's a great way just to begin to invite that hip opening. And get a little added stretch through the glute here on the right side with the leg extended. And then as you're ready, bend your right knee. You're going to place it down onto the floor. And we're going to twist over to the right side. Extend the arms out to the side. And maybe rest the right foot down onto the floor as you twist your gaze towards the left. And feel a really nice stretch through the low back here on the left side. You can always stack the ankles and the hips and the knees. As you're ready, slowly come back through center. Take your time. We're going to grab hold of our left knee and left ankle, extend the right leg long, and come into supine, cradle the baby. Again, if this doesn't feel comfortable, rest your left ankle over your thigh, open up the left hip, and just gently guide the knee in towards the heart if this feels okay. And as you're ready, if you feel this is right for you, interlace or take your peace fingers and hook onto your left toe, big toe, and come into half happy baby. The foot is flexed, the knee is wide, the right hip is down onto the ground. And just experiment here to open up through the hip. You can also use a strap here. This is a great way to also just place the strap underneath the foot. And you can just hook onto that foot. And that's a great way to come into this pose as well. And then as you're ready, if you want to, if you're using a strap, you can maybe extend the leg out long and just give the hamstrings a nice little stretch here, or you can hook on with your peace fingers and extend the leg out long. And then as you're ready, bend your knee. Bring your foot down to the floor. Bring both knees in towards your chest and rock your body side to side, spreading the low back into the floor, maybe creating some circles with the knees, just loosening up that space. And we're going to get ready for our guided meditation. So at your own perfect pace, go ahead and grab whatever it is you need. Now I've got a bolster here. I'm going to sit up and I'm going to guide us through this meditation, so I want you to find whatever you need to get yourself super comfortable here. So take a blanket, take a pillow, and I just want you to get yourself really nice and comfortable. I've got a bolster here, and if you have a nice way to kind of loosen through the low back is to bring a bolster or some pillows underneath the knees, and that'll really help you relax through the low back. Or maybe take a pillow underneath the crown of the head. Give you a second or two just to get yourself settled. Find yourself lying down on the floor. And as you lie down, I want you just to allow your palms to open so that you can give energy out to the universe, but also to receive energy.
feels right for you, close your eyes. Or find something you can focus your attention on. So I don't want you to feel like you have to worry about the time. I just want you to relax your body. This time is for me. This time is for me. This time. Take a few deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And with each exhale, release your body a little bit deeper into the mat. Maybe noticing the back of your heels, your calves, your thighs, your bum, your back, your shoulders, your arms, and the crown of your head. Resting deeply into the mat, seeping any energy you do not want to harvest and allowing it to leave your body. I'd like us to begin with our toes. Let us draw all our attention down to our toes. And let's begin to scrunch our toes up and squeeze them in towards the ball of the foot and then release them. And squeeze them in and then release them. And squeeze and release. Now allow your toes to feel really heavy and quiet and relaxed. And then move to your ankles. And allow the ankle to soften a little further. Allow your sides a little deeper. Moving up to your calf muscle. Maybe noticing the calf connected down towards the earth. Allow all your attention to come into that space, releasing any tension, and finding a bit more softness. Moving your attention to your knees, seeing if you can release the kneecap. Maybe you're noticing the knee if your legs are a little bit wider, kind of connecting to the side. And then draw your attention up to your thighs. Breathing into this space. Almost noticing the thighs kind of spreading themselves down onto the mat beneath you. Now come back to that balloon of thoughts. If you have any thoughts that are breaking their way into your meditation today, whatever they may be, remind yourself that you can always fill your balloon and release your balloon out to the universe, out to the sky, out to wherever you want to let it go to. Now let us draw our attention to our pelvic area, releasing our low back, releasing our belly, and spending a few moments here to notice this space in our body. And then as you work up towards your shoulders, I'd like you to take your shoulders and lift them up so that they're rounding your chest. So your shoulders are kind of reaching up to the sky. Create a little tension here and then completely let them go down towards the earth. Round them up and then completely let them go. And one more time, round them forward. Create that tension in the chest. And one last time, release them with a deep exhale and let them seep down towards the earth. Drawing our attention to our throat, to our face, to our chin, to our facial muscles. Bring them up towards your ears like you're doing an I don't know type of shrug. And then let the shoulders completely drop down away from your ears. Reach them up and completely let them seep down away. One more time, reach them up and create that tension within your body. And then with a deep exhale, release the shoulders completely and allow them to seep a little further down in towards the mat. Now take a few moments here to continue to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. And just allow your body to savor this space. Now, without opening your eyes, deepen your breath. And perhaps begin to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes, inviting a little bit of soft movement into your body. Maybe even giving your wrists a little twirl and your ankles a little twirl. And we're just inviting some gentle movement, some slow movement into our practice. And perhaps just cradle the crown of your head with your bottom arm and take a moment.
easy seated position. And then as you're ready, meet your hands at heart center and come back to that space of pressing the fingertips together, feeling the energy, our body's prana, emanating between the hands. Gently guide your gaze down towards your hands or the earth and reflect upon the intention that you set at the beginning of your practice today. May your heart always stay warm, and may your smile always stay broad. And may the light that shines in me always honor the light that shines in you. Namaste. As always, from my heart to yours, may you have a wonderful day, and may your heart be filled, and may your day be slow, and may you have a wonderful weekend with your family, and I hope to see you again next week. Thank you, everyone. Namaste. Bye, everyone. Bye, Sabrina. Bye, Peg. Bye, Jane. Bye, Jane. Bye, Susan. Bye, Dave. Bye, Susan. Bye, Delaney. Bye, Susan. We got 3 Susans. 2 Janes. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend.